Hello my beautiful friends. If you are new to my channel, please click the subscribe button and hit the little bell so you get notifications. And if you've been with me for a while, welcome back. Today I want to share with you a couple of insights that I was going over in my monthly membership this morning. It was amazing. Two big things that people deal with as they're healing from codependency. Watch this video. So, my definition of codependency is when our sense of self comes from someone or something outside of ourselves. We're not totally fully anchored in self-love. Our identity can waver. We feel pulled towards the needs of others and sort of compromise ourselves and our own needs. It's kind of like a self-love deficit. It also has a lot to do with boundaries and self-trust. And in my membership this morning, we were talking about two very often talked about scenarios in my work, which is number one, when you start to heal from codependency, you start to notice who the narcissistic person was in your life, or the person that didn't emotionally validate you, or the person that was very selfish and demanded that you be sort of their extension of them rather than letting you be you. You start noticing types like this in your life, which is the first awareness, noticing it. Then you have to start having the boundaries of acting on behalf of your own needs over their own. And what a lot of people ask me is, how do I heal? How do I find space and feel safe and continue to keep this healing going when I'm in these environments, these narcissistic systems almost? Sometimes it's a job, sometimes it's a family, sometimes it's a community. And what I say is, it's about being loyal to your soul beyond anyone else's needs for a time being. If someone says, I need you, or you feel that pull, like I have to do this thing I don't want to do, I talk about this a lot. What I need you to do is write down on paper, what does I need? One of my clients today said, I don't know what I need. I said, of course you do. You don't want to own what you need because it's scary. And immediately she's like, yeah. And I said, why is it scary? And she's like, because I need this thing or this person so that I can feel enough. And I said, what if the reality is that you are enough right now? And she just started to smile. And she said, well, I'd be happy. I said, great. Well, you can give yourself permission to be happy right now. But when we grow up in these dynamics, or we've had these dynamics in our lives, we learn that our happiness is attached to someone else's happiness. And when we consciously come into the reality that I can be happy right now, my life and me is enough right now. What is enough to me? Not these things that I've attached to or other people's opinions that I could never live up to, but what's enough for me? So one of the scenarios is figuring out what I need, self-care, writing down what I need, then making a weekly structure of what is non-negotiable, the things that I need to do that are non-negotiable that will keep me in touch with me. This was so important in my healing, is what are the things that make me feel good? It's funny because now years later, I was telling a story about how when I get really stressed, it's so funny, without question, the things that I do, which are kind of funny, is I immediately give myself a facial. I will pluck my eyebrows. I will make sure I'm manicured. I will turn on a meditation. I will be like, where's my water bottle? Fill it up. Drink a whole bunch. It's like self-care is immediate. I know what's going to make me feel better. It's nothing out there ever. It's right in here. And so cut to another one of my clients. Here's the second thing. So number one, non-negotiable self-care. Huge for codependents or people who are healing from narcissistic injury, because you don't even know what that means sometimes. The truth is you do. What do I need right now if I wasn't afraid of anything? Write it down. The second scenario is my client who's saying, it's not about anything out there. It's in me, this voice. It's called an inner critic. So she was giving me a scenario and she's like, yeah, it's almost as if like I'm doing the work now and I'm doing things that make me happy. And then I get this crazy inner critic that like ruins it for me. And I said, great. Here's your pattern. Why are you doing that? And we followed it back, we followed it back, we followed it back. What the inner critic does, it was designed to keep you safe. If I reject myself, when they reject me, it won't hurt as bad. If I sabotage myself, when it gets sabotaged, it won't hurt as bad. Conditional living. This work is about healing back to your unconditional love, yourself. And so what I told her was, okay, so now when you're having these things that you allow yourself to do that create joy and are happy, why do you not allow it to continue? And she said, well, because it will be taken away, it will go away. I said, okay, so if you're conditional. So if your conditions change, if you lose, I said to you, if you lose your home or you lose your job or you lose whatever right now, how would you be? And she's like, well, I guess I'd be okay. I said, right, your fear doesn't make any sense. Your fear is telling you, old condition is saying, my happiness is based on external things that happen, conditions. But what I'm saying through my own life experience that I've shared in a previous video, when things get taken, we still have the choice to be who we are and to be happy. It's actually not conditional. We were just taught that. We're actually unconditional beings, and we need to be reminded that no matter what happens to me, I get to still be me. No matter if it's in a new house or a new job or a new relationship, when I have me, which is what codependents struggle with, or highly sensitive people without boundaries struggle with, is sense of self is external. Sense of self is conditional because of the conditional love we were given. But we get to step up and give ourselves permission to heal and love ourselves and be ourselves unconditionally by being real about what we need, double checking those fears. Are those fears real? Most often they're dependent on a condition. And what I can tell you is conditions will always change. That control you try to hold on to, the manipulation of things that you try to do, it's not real. Things will change anyway. Nothing is promised. But what is promised is that you get to be you. But you need to have you. You need to know you. You need to get real about how you feel so you can heal. You need to have your self-care regimen non-negotiable. And you rise up into yourself. And you get to feel happy and enough right now. Please check the links below. Emotional Rehab will be launching anytime soon now. All discounts and everything are below. Please join our monthly membership if you're dealing with this right now. We have a core group of people. We meet every Friday for live Q&As, and we talk about it all and support each other in this journey, and it's working and it's amazing. And I want to thank you for watching my video. Please share and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.